right, well, let's get to our next guest here. You know him as the host of a certain program who was on KFI and then CBS Radio, a talk radio personality, currently moving over to podcasts, I believe.
You got it.
Please welcome Tom Leykis to the show. First time on the show.
Thank you, son.
Son.
You got it. Here we are in Hollywood, California, coming at you with a Tom Leykis radio program on the Earwolf Comedy Network.
No, this isn't.
No, this is
This
not.
is not the Tom Leykis radio program.
One Tom 100 Tom is your toll-free telephone number. We're taking calls and putting bitches in their place.
Uh-oh.
This is gonna be
I've never heard your show, Tom. How long has it been on the air?
Oh, it was all the question is how long has it been off the air?
well, that's not really
You know,
a question.
you know what I'm talking about?
I don't think he's answered anything clearly at all.
I'm excited
Listen,
to...
I am the professor, and the class is in session. Are you ready for Leykis 101?
Well, I'm excited to meet Tom because I've heard...
I bet you are, dear.
Because I've heard his show on in a lot of cabs.
I bet you have. Do you get off to it?
No.
Women love me. You know what I'm talking about?
I actually don't
Because
think
my
that-
wallet is well hung.
Oh, I find that most women aren't really attracted to someone because of money. You know, it's really
don't think so, really?
personality.
Oh, sure. You sound like a shrill, shrieking shrew. You're calling in, so I can't see it, but I bet you're a big one.
No. Actually, she's right there. The woman who is speaking.
I know.
calling
I
situation.
can't see her over the phone, but she sounds like a real porker.
She's like
She's sitting right in front of you.
1.5
I
foot away
don't
from you.
care.
I'm going to try to not... You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to practice some Buddhist stuff I've been working on, trying to not engage, not get hooked by this guy.
How did you get into Buddhism? That's so
do you have
It got into
interesting.
me.
Amy, do you
I
have a
bet
little
he
book
did.
of Buddhist sayings?
I do, and
How did
they
you
might
come across
apply
such a
to
Do
book?
you rub his belly?
Yeah, see, this guy's going to hook me a little bit. It's going to be tough, but I'm going to try to just stay in the present moment.
You know, sweetheart, samsara is nirvana. That's what I tell all my bitches.
Oh, boy. So for people who don't know who you are a talk show host that I guess you're disgusting? Is that how you would describe yourself?
I don't describe myself. I don't describe myself as a man who does
Right.
broadcasting
And you're a man.
that men could relate to.
You're a man-themed show, in other words?
It's a man-themed show, and I never had any problems with ratings when it came to men.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about?
Well, I find that most women... I like the same things these guys like. It's not like I like all gender-specific stuff. I'm sure there's something...
Of course you do. Of course you do. You like everything but in the receiving end. I know women better than they do. Why? Because I've been sighting racks and porking butts.
Oh, boy.
Porking butts?
Really?
Well, see,
Is that a women thing?
if you know women more than they do, I would think you would be porking vaginas.
Not only have I been porking butts, I started a factory farm for it. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
I got butts lined up like Hillshire Farm pork cutlets.
Is it organic?
Everything I do is organic.
Amy, you must like some, female-specific things.
Yeah,
Like,
sure. I mean, I guess I do. I love... I'll watch Sex and the City on reruns,
Of course you will. And then you expect that lifestyle from the man that you're dating to support you and have you live that way that you want to live.
I don't know what kind of women you've met, Tom, but actually all the women I know are very
All
self-sufficient.
the best women in the world. I'll
Yeah.
promise you that right now, sweetheart.
Are you married or...
I'm not married. I don't believe in marriage.
really?
Marriage is for women to get their hooks into a balloon.
But what,
Into a what now?
Into a balloon.
Into a
what
little
if-
man?
Into a balloon.
what if...
Let me tell you something about men. By the way, I don't know if any little kids out there want to go to the broadcasting. It's very important to know that you can put the letter L into any word that you
Learn how to roll your tongue.
Because I was going to ask that because a lot of times you're saying something
You're
that
all the
makes
top.
sense.
1 Tom 100 Tom 100 Tom.
Please don't call.
There's
no
Don't
phone
call.
lines.
There's no
We got open
phones.
Please don't
lines.
call.
This
we
is
got
a
open
podcast.
lines and we got bitches in chains.
I don't have anyone in chains.
I feel a lot of pain from Tom. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I feel like he's having he's kind of... I feel like he's striking out because he's been hurt.
Oh, yeah. Well,
You
what's
know?
your background? I mean, have you ever been in love?
I convinced myself the moment I was in love. I used to be a loser. I used to fall for women, and they used to turn me down. And let me tell you something. After I developed Leykis 101, everything came back to me. I'm scoring with chicks whose mothers turned me down.
Oh.
What's Leykis 101?
And then I'm dragging them around in front of their mothers and making a big scene about how I've degraded their daughters.
That doesn't sound healthy.
Doesn't that turn you on, Scott?
Actually, it kind of does.
Yeah, you do like
To
degradation.
have that kind of power over the woman?
What is Leykis 101? I confess that I am sort of ignorant about your broadcast. I don't really know that much about you.
You don't need to know about me. All you need to know is that your dick needs to be slobbed. And if you're going to slob it right, you better to be a real slob like a blood on a coil on the couch. Leykis 101 the way that men learn how to have sex with women.
Oh.
Because that's what men are going to do.
I feel like I'm doing
You
it the
never-
right way. I got married. I'm having sex with my wife.
Oh, you got married. You're doing everything that your wife wants you to do.
Well, we have
I've
discussions.
been there, friend. Let me tell you something, son.
Pretty nice, yeah.
Yeah, let me tell you something, son. She will poke holes in those condoms, and you will have a baby, and you will be hooked for life.
Well,
That's what women learn genetically.
We're actually trying to have a baby. We're having trouble with it.
Wait, how do
no
they-
holes in the condoms necessary. She's
How do you learn something
been
genetically?
trying for about 15 months.
I think if it's
No
genetic,
success.
it's really innate. You
Oh.
know, you don't learn something genetically.
I've got the microphone. I got a microphone, and I got a microscope. And I'm looking at the microscope down on the genetic level, the subatomic level, and I have seen the schemes that the female chromosomes have.
The scheming,
Down on the chromosome level.
scheming chromosomes.
See, what I hear from this
The
is
X chromosome.
I think Tom's still in love with his ex-wife. That's what I hear. I'm sorry, Tom, but you've talked about you've been there before, and I'm assuming that means you've been married before or something.
I would not say I don't love my ex-wife. What I do is I have a series of Google alerts just to make sure that I'm fully informed of how much of a bitch she is.
Right.
Just in different spellings in case someone
Let me make
misspells.
something very clear. I don't have an ex-wife. I have a room full of ex-wives. That's how popular I've been.
Why do you marry them? And if you're just, I don't get it.
There is nothing to make a bride feel more submissive than knowing on her wedding day that you're gonna dump that bitch. We'll be back with more of your calls
no,
after.
no,
No,
we
we're
won't.
not.
No, we won't.
We
No,
don't have
any
we don't
calls.
have
We're
any
not
calls.
taking
We
a
don't do
break.
that.
Well, here, little Earwolf Network.
I don't
Let's
know.
take a look for some of our sponsors.
What?
Deadbeatdads.com. Deadbeatdads.com.
Tom,
If your son is going to grow up to be a man, he better have an example. Log him in at deadbeatdad.com and get 50% off next time you push a woman.
I just want to make clear, if you're just tuning into the show for the first time because you saw Amy, a big star, your favorite television stars on the program, you know, you love her light, her life on
If
Parks and
you're just
Recreation.
tuning in.
This is not the kind of person that I want on this show. And this is, I mean, he's interrupted this program with
Scott, we were in negotiations for 3 months. You tried to keep me off the air just like CBS Radio did, but guess what? The people rose up and demanded it. You may not like what I do, but you're going to love me or you're going to hate me.
I hate
and that's
you.
why people tune in.
I kind of hate you.
Just so I'm
And you
clear,
keep tuning in.
just so I'm clear on that sponsor, deadbeatdads.com, you log the name of your child into the site?
You put your name, you put your child's name on the site.
So the child. So now you, the dad, are registering.
So it's for deadbeat dads.
Are you
You're
registering?
voluntarily registered as a deadbeat dad.
So if you're
you have a
interested,
support network.
if you're interested in being a deadbeat dad, the first place you would look would be deadbeatdad.com.
If you need somebody to pick up your kid from an adjacent county where there's an outstanding warrant and you can't cross that county line,
Got
other
it.
deadbeat dads will step up to the plate.
Oh, okay.
All I hear is "please love me, please love me." I mean, that's just all I'm hearing. I think Tom is an empty vessel. It's very hard.
You are hearing what you want to hear, dear. I've heard it all before from people like you. You take a man out, you size him up and see how big his wallet is.
His wallet.
It'll waddle.
Right, his wallet.
And then you try
might
to
have
dip
to
you try to dip your nylons right into his fucking butthole.
Right.
What? Wait. Dip them? How would one dip?
Every woman wants to dip nylons into my butthole, and I've turned them down 90% of the time.
Okay, first of all, I've never heard of that.
Secondly, that 10%, you're letting women dip nylons into your butthole?
And I'm doing great.
I feel like that's something you want.
Let me tell you something.
We do often talk about what we want as if we don't want it, but he is asking
I
for
feel
what
like
he wants.
you're projecting
Yes.
a lot.
I don't project anything. If anything, I am the screen upon which men project their fantasies.
I don't know.
Maybe-
A lot of men thank me verbally while they're scoring with chicks.
Really?
Wait,
While
A lot
they're
of
doing
men-
it?
How?
A lot of men scream out, "My name, thank you, Tom. Blow me up, Tom," as they're getting blown.
What's Blow Me Up Tom?
They don't blow me up, Tom. Well, that's my website, blowmeuptom.com. And for a while, there was a denial of service attack, and we had to scale it back to blowmetom.com. But it's back up. We have blowmeuptom.com.
Well, blow me, Tom, must have been a very difficult site for you to have.
Well, that's fine, but that was when I was off the air. That was when CBS bowed to the women.
Yeah.
I never had a problem with male ratings. I'm gonna make that clear. And I know I'm talking about hostile. You're not my sampling of my audience. You're a woman, and you're a woman. You're a little woman, and you're a little. You know what?
Bring your size into
You're
this.
a dirty.
Why, thank you.
You're a dirty little hairy little woman.
Thank you.
You have that.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do
You're
like
a,
that.
You're a little piglet, and you're too big.
Amy is beaming from ear to ear. This is such a strange
I
reaction.
don't know why, but I'm getting this. Okay, this is going to be
You're
really
a
weird.
squealing little shrew.
Guys, this is going to sound really weird. I'm a little attracted to Tom right now. I know
Of
this is
Amy.
course
weird.
you are.
Don't fall into this.
I don't know why.
This
This is working. This is
We're,
working.
we're down here in
active.
Hollywood. We're signing racks.
This is activating your bad
There's
boy
just
complex.
something about him calling me a little piglet.
Meanwhile, guys like me who are nice to women, we can't get anything going. We
you
can't
wanna-
have a baby, even though we've been trying
I'm
for
a
15
lovely,
months.
generous man, hopelessly single.
Do you want to go out on a date with me, Amy Poehler?
No, I don't.
I
Tom.
bet you do. Let me tell you something. I'm going
Gosh,
to take you to the
she's smiling
cheapest,
again.
dirtiest place off of Lincoln Boulevard that I can find.
Well, it does feel like I deserve that.
Lincoln Boulevard?
Lincoln Boulevard.
Santa Monica?
It's the no, in Venice on the Los Angeles side. You got it.
Oh, okay, so just
Blow me up.
adjacent to Santa Monica.
There's something about his confidence. I don't know.
let me
Listen,
tell
guys,
you
I can't
something.
explain it.
It's confidence born of insecurity.
Let me tell you
You know
something.
that a sad, insecure man is within here.
You're right. You're right.
I may be sad, I may be insecure, but I get laid balls deep. You ever get laid balls deep, Jason?
Meaning, does my entire penis go inside?
Like, and the balls?
The balls go right in real smooth.
So
Because
wait a minute, you have your balls in her vagina while she has her nylons in your butthole?
Or is this?
Are you looking under the table? Because we are getting it on.
Who is?
No, we should
that's not
clear
true,
the-
Tom. We should clear that up. That's not happening. But
Oh, let me tell you something. I have my feet wrapped around your buttocks. Does that turn
How does
you
that?
on?
What is that? How would that even work? Feet wrapped around buttocks?
You have no
I
idea.
understand my arms wrapped around your
Or
body.
my legs are wrapped
Yeah.
around, but
When I get
entire feet?
When I get into a coital position with a woman,
cool, yeah.
Coital?
a coital position with a woman,
yeah.
I unfold myself. Not unlike a Decepticon from Transformers. There are
Which
rivets that come
which,
out.
by the way, are the bad guys.
Yeah. The bad boys in the Transformers universe.
You better believe we're the bad boys.
There is something about Tom. I wrote him off at first, but now I know there's a decisiveness.
Like
that's
every
interesting.
woman. You see, you're listening out there, all the Leykis heads out there, you're listening, and you heard a woman, she had no other attracted to me. And that's what they'll say at first. And they'll slap you, and they'll push you away. There'll be a sexual harassment lawsuit. But they will come around. And you will come on their face as they rip up that restraining order
now he-
in front of you.
Now he lost me. He lost
That's
me.
how attractive they are.
He lost
To a
me.
little man who knows a little man.
I'm so sorry, guys. Normally I would just bleep, the terrible things he's saying out of the program, but we ran out of bleeps last week.
You did?
We're out of
We
time
bleeped-
for this segment.
we
We'll be
bleeped
back
so much
after
last
another
week.
a
We
round
just-
of commercials.
We're out of bleeps.
No, we don't.
This is that's not happening. I'm the one who throws.
You're listening to the top like a shoe. Boom, ba doo doo doo. Boom, boom. I don't care. Boom, ba doo doo doo. Boom,
All right.
ba doo doo doo.
You know what though? I am going to take a break.
Bah, bah. Blow me up, bitch style.
Gosh. I am going to take a break. I apologize for that segment. Tom, do you want to stick around, though?
I want to stick around. I think we had a free lunch, right?
All right, great. We'll be right back with more Comedy Bang Bang.
Why are you letting him stick around?
I don't know. There's something I kind of fell for him as well. I don't know.
You're falling in love.
Jason, the only holdout at this point?
I'm not. You know what? Maybe in the next segment I'll be won over. But so far, I am the voice of reason, and I think this guy is a misogynist asshole.
Let me tell you something. I'm no stranger to a menage a trois.